Hello everybody. Welcome back to the channel where we talk about stuff. Don't forget to follow me on TikTok. There's a link in the description below. Charts and cycles. Cycles and charts. This is where we are right now. To dive deeper into Uptober, as it is constantly being called on the internet right now, we are in the midst of what is believed to be the kind of like beginning of the race. Technically, the bull run has been going on since the end of 2023. Historically, you look at like where Bitcoin hit the lowest price and then kind of moved up from there. I think we hit $16,000. After the entire like FTX fiasco, everything fell down and began to move back up. And this is kind of like, that's usually the general idea, like going from 16,000 to 74,000. I think that's what like the previous, you understand. Where we are now, once again, has to do with cycles and charts. Everyone looks back at their pieces of paper, their analysis, as they are analyzers. That's not what they're called. And then they basically come up with an idea as to where the cryptocurrency market is going to go, where Bitcoin's price is going to be, where Bitcoin's price should be based off of historical data. In a recent post on Twitter, someone named Van Straten, is that the full name? James Van Straten. There we go. I was like, Van Straten. James Van Straten shared a chart that shows the price movements of Bitcoin's market cycles 2015 to 2018, 2018 to 2022, and the current cycle that we are in and have been in since 2022 as well. As I've mentioned before, we are in a very interesting place right now in economic history as far as like inflation, hyperinflation, economy's not doing too well, interest rate cuts. The idea of money printers going brrr once again, which is the current like hyper topic in the news, that China has a gigantic stimulus plan, which a lot of people are reporting that they think is going to actually like boost the world's economy. I think it's something near $200 billion. And for some reason, people expect that money to slosh everywhere. And also for other world banks as well to begin to turn on the money printer. Cool. For Bitcoin, historically, there's a couple of months. Here we go. A couple of months that pass by after the halving where Bitcoin begins to do well again. We heard earlier in summer, it's typically 90 days to 100 days after the halving. We kind of pushed a lot further than that. And people are looking to other cycles to see if that happened before, if there's a reason for it. I personally, as I've said 10,000s of other times, we're in some kind of weird price manipulation kind of saga that's been going on. First of all, A, there's manipulation in all markets. But B, as I've been saying lightly or screamingly for dozens of videos, if not hundreds, we're at the Bitcoin is a brand new asset class. And that's what I think the majority of retail investors haven't really caught on to. So Bitcoin to them is kind of just a number on a screen and not an actual idea of being able to send money around the world at will. That's what I think is the most strong for Bitcoin, this idea of being a country, being a person, and kind of being on the same level, if you will. There's a reason why we're seeing countries buying and mining up Bitcoin and central banks holding Bitcoin. And I feel like this mindset is only revolving around the very rich on the planet. Not being mean, but it's completely true. The only people who are selling is constantly retail. The only people who are buying in mass are people who already have all of the assets. There's also a whole bunch of other stuff about like wealth allocation that's also been going on the last couple of years, but we're not going to get into that at all. We're talking about a brand new asset class that rich people are expecting is going to go over $1 million per coin in the next 4 to 5 years. You've seen the predictions as well for 2035, for 2040. I think was it 2040 or 2045? There was that thing sometime over the summer where all these rich people got on stage and they were like, according to our calculations, some Bitcoin event, according to our calculations, Bitcoin's going 20 million, 25 million, $30 million per coin. It's the brand new way to make wealth. And also the only people who are paying attention are the people who already have all of the wealth already. He goes over a bunch of different charts. The 17th of September, the Fed rate cut. The 6th of September, the 7th of September, the 14th and 16th of September, where the market was moving a little bit choppy, anywhere between $53,000 and $62,000 per coin. And it made one of those like really weird, like the little triangle sideways things that people say that as you get to the end of it, the price ends up breaking out. It says, like many crypto optimists, Van Straten has a very bullish outlook for Bitcoin in Q4. Understand exactly what that means. We're not talking about January. We're not talking about March of next year. We're not talking about June. We are talking about in this quarter. As I've said before here and on the other channel, in daily cryptocurrency news, this is a daily thing that happens daily. Did you hear the main word there? Every analyst, every single one, not some of them, not a quarter of them, not half of them. They all have the exact same expectation for Bitcoin in Q4, October, November, December. Van Straten has a very bullish outlook for Bitcoin in Q4. He is predicting, he's not the only one. His numbers are slightly different, but it's the exact same game. He's predicting that in Q4, Bitcoin is going to reach between $108,000 per coin to $155,000 per Bitcoin by the end of this year. Every analyst has the exact same conclusion. This is going to be one of the most, I think, intense Q4s that we've ever had, simply because the original expectation before we got the actual Bitcoin ETFs was that by the end of this year, December, we would finally make it back to the $74,000 number after kind of, really waving, trying to get back up there. The expectation is now, by the end of this year, every analyst, I'm going to start showing you more and more and more. He said 108 to 155,000. They're all saying the exact same numbers. I'll show you the other ones as well. Yeah, that's literally it. The expectation of what's supposed to happen this quarter is absolutely monstrous. If we get to a 100,000, if all of these predictions are correct, if we get to the end of the year and we're at $155,000 Bitcoin, this means that next year, by the end of the market cycle, we are going to see a $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 Bitcoin. And even then, last thought, even then, I don't think that that's going to be enough for people to realize that something crazy is happening. Because keep in mind, we still have a very long time until the last Bitcoin is mined. Bitcoin will be around in the next 20 to 30 years. And if this is what's happened in the 15 years, imagine what the next 15 years are going to be like. Yeah, it's about to get real, apparently, according to all the analysts out there. So as I usually say, I hope everyone's been able to buy all the crypto that they wanted, because everyone is always saying they want prices to stay low. They want prices to so-and-so so they can keep buying more. I hope you bought over the last 2 years. I do hope that you've all enjoyed. I do hope you all are having a great day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and supporting, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.